Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? My name is Gina and I am doing great. Are we ready to do the next 3 months? April, May, and June in our little planner here. So again, it's a theme going on. Have you guessed yet what the theme is? Hopefully that by the end you'll be able to know. So we're starting with April, and again, I wet my paper, and this is B paper that I'm using. I got it from Michaels in the loose leaf. It wasn't spiral bound. I really like this paper. So it's a little bit higher quality than the Canson XL that I've been using, so I kind of dig it. I'm using my Pretty Excellence palette, and I'm just using some blues here to create a sky. And as you can see, I'm taking a tissue and kind of blotting up the color to make clouds. Now I am taking a little floral stamp and some archival ink, and I'm just stamping the background. I'm using just random stamps that I have. Those are my peg stamps, and I don't use them very often, and I'm so glad I had a reason to pull them out. I really like them. I think they're from the Rubber Stamp Company, or Rubber Tapestry, something like that. Now I'm going to be using my Prima Tropical palette here to create the flowers, because when you think of April, spring is finally in full bloom. You have all these beautiful flowers going on, and it's just lovely. Now, they look like blobs at first, but never fear. I had a plan going into this one, because unlike February and March, I actually pre-did this page in my Canson XL spiral watercolor sketchbook, whatever you want to call it, right? Just to see my thinking would work, because I told you in my last video I learned my lesson. So, and plus I wanted to practice. It doesn't mean that I did it fully. I sketched it out more, if that makes sense, so that I would know the technique I wanted to use and all that good kind of jazz. So I'm going to end up kind of doodling on this page, because I do enjoy doing watercolor doodling. It's really fun. That's what I do, not every day, but I've done that quite a bit in my B sketchbook, watercolor sketchbook. So yeah, even though while I'm doing them it looks really blobby right now, once I doodle in, they're gonna look really good. I think I really like this page. It suits me. I think it's I like whimsical kind of stuff. I'm not really into realistic type of things. So, I really liked it. And I'm using Pitt pens again to do the writing. And you'll be able to see in a minute what this one says. Cute story. So funny when I show Amanda these. Okay, it says, "A wondrous beauty I see." And I make sure that the pens are dried before I erase, because I didn't want the ink to smear. But when Amanda looks at these, it's so funny that I can tell she's having a hard time reading the cursive. It's so funny. Even though she can write cursive, it's not quite like this. It's more like print cursive together, which is how I normally write anyway, but it's kind of funny. I always think of that meme where it says, you know, to confuse the younger generation that we should write in code using cursive writing. So, you know, it just makes me laugh. But anyway, so I'm using my Micron pigment pen, Pigma pen in 0.05 or 0.5, whatever it is. 0.5 is what it is. And then I'll also use my little gel pen. Remember, the gel, your white gel pen is your friend. Don't be afraid of it. It makes things look pretty. So yeah, like I said, I like the way that this sketch came out. I really like it. Hope you like it too. And as you see, I'm also just using the pen to doodle altogether without any watercolor involved. So again, I don't know. I really like it. I'm into it right now. What can I say? And now I'm using my Paul Rubens metallics, and I'm going to use those to kind of just put a little bit of, you know, sparkle everywhere. We all love a little glitzy glam. And then I end up going, you know, it kind of, the leaves look kind of weird if I don't color them in. So I decided to go ahead and use that. I think it's Parrot, I believe, is the name of that color. Yeah, I just think it's very whimsical. I wouldn't mind seeing a field of flowers like this. And I always like using my white gel pen just to kind of give highlights to the letters. And so there's April. Nice and done. Now May, I start off a little different with May. I start with spraying, actually I have this masking fluid that I totally forgot about, and I found it and I was like, oh, so I created a heart. Now in May is my anniversary, so I of course think of our anniversary when May comes, so that's why there is a heart there. And I'm just waiting for this to dry, and I do put some spray water on it instead of using the brush to put water on it. I just wanted to see what the different techniques would be using water, you know, out of the spray opposed to just using your brush and putting water on the page. So that's why I did that. And I'm using purple because purple is my favorite color. So I figured, oh, why not to use it? And again, I like the streaks in the background because it just adds texture to the page, and I like it. And I didn't want the whole page to be like really out there purple. I wanted it to kind of, you know, gradiate down to almost just a little bit of white on the bottom. So I, you know, worked the paint down to hopefully in the end get that kind of effect on it. And then I do take my flat brush to kind of spread it more, to soften it up just a little bit. And I'm going to take a my Lulu Lavender and just a old heart stamp and some of the rubber tapestry heart. This is like a button heart. It is so cute. I really, really love it. And this is actually the first time that I've ever used it, and I really, really liked it. Just to put hearts in the background, just to have them faintly there. I didn't want it overpowering. And then I take the archival ink and just go over the edges there to kind of make a border halfway down with it, and then I go with the Lulu Lavender down at the bottom to, keep that whiteness down at the bottom like what I wanted it to look like. And then I will use the Concord Grape in the archival ink and go around the heart, as you see, because the masking fluid is still there. So I wanted it to kind of, detail the heart when I peeled the masking fluid off. And I just use an eraser very gently to peel it off, and it worked fairly well. And I do like the white edge that it left on there. I'll use my ruler to make my lines. And I will go back in with my Paul Rubens and use the white metallic to fill in the white part of the heart there. And then I thought to use it on the lettering, but then I chose to use the Pitt pen, and I will end up going over that with some of the purple metallic in there, and the word is One Love. And here I'm going over it with the white, and then I did not like the way that looked, because then you couldn't really read what it said. So I will end up going over that again. I think I go over it with the Pitt pen, but I'm using the white to kind of put little hearts everywhere on the page. I kind of left this one just really simple because I just wanted the purple to be there really in the big heart. So, and then I'll just continue using my gel pen just to put hearts up at the top and kind of make a border around with the white gel pen. And then I wanted to put some like little fillers and things in the heart, and I thought to use the white gel pen, but it really wasn't showing up like what I wanted it to. So then I decided to use the Pitt pen instead, just to, so that you could see it. Very simple. Again, I wanted to keep it pretty simple. And you can see I'm thinking, what else can I do? So I will just do a lot of doodling on the page, and that I really liked. I think in the end it looks really cute. And so I guess this was my doodle day. I had a doodle day. So, and it was for April and May. So I will quit babbling and just let you see the little doodles that I do. So I wanted to make sure that it was good and dry. The ink was good and dry before I erased. And then here is where I'm just adding more purple to give it some more bling on what I've drawn there. It just lightened it up, and I really like that look. The purple was a little dark for the little flowers and everything. So I really liked the way that looked. And now, what did I say? You feel lost. Splatter. I just felt it needed something because everything was like in the center of the page, you know. So I just felt like there needed to be something more up at the top and the bottom. Even though you can't really see the white on the bottom, it helped balance it in my opinion. So of course I'm using a white gel pen to, you know, just put little specks, little highlights here and there. I really do like the way that this turned out. And here I'm thinking you can't really see what it's saying because of the brightness of that white metallic. So I end up going over it with my Pitt pen, which, you know, made it look better. At least you could read it now, you know. So, and then that will be all she wrote, I think, for the May one. And so now we're going to move on to June. And I started by spraying the paper with water. I really liked the way that looked the last time I did it. So I wanted to play around with that technique a little bit more. And I'm using just 3 colors that I'm going to be using in the piece, which is a green, a yellow, and a pink color. And when I think of June, I think of roses, you know, summer roses. Usually the roses are really good in bloom when the summertime, you know, hits. And I did just very faintly draw where I wanted the flowers to go, not the buds themselves, just the stems, just to kind of know where I wanted to place the rose buds. And I also drew a line of like how far up I wanted them to go, just to give me little guidelines, you know. So I really love the way that this one came out. I'm really proud of it. I really love my little rosebuds. I think they turned out super duper cute. I really worked hard on these, so I really like them. I think they turned out really cute. I just wanted to let you know that I was using a size 4 brush on pretty much all of these. I do believe that was the size that I'm using on it. I got this one for free from Jerry's Artorama, and I really like it. It is, let's see if I have it handy to tell you the brand. It's right here. Nope, that's not it. And I'm using just an old scraper to put the lines in. And now I'm putting in my wording here. And with this wording, maybe, oh maybe, it might be the biggest hint of them all for you to know what the theme is in this great thing. Here it is. It is by Rhapsody Round Callista. I don't have my glasses on. Can't read it. So that is pretty much it for the month of June and for this video. Stick around, the pictures will be at the end if you're interested in seeing more close-ups of them. So I appreciate y'all sticking around, and I hope you're enjoying the series. Leave a comment if you know what the theme is. All right, y'all be good to one another, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.